Welcome to week 9. We have 2 games scheduled this week. Got the New York Jets with the Indianapolis Colts, which will be computer versus computer. And then I'll play as Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. As I recall, the Detroit Lions crushed the Packers last game, so I could actually check that out real quick here. I think. I'm not sure if it'll show the scores or not. No, it doesn't show the scores, it just shows that we got beat by Detroit, but I'm pretty sure we got crushed. I guess what the only way to check is to go back to the video of week 7, where I recorded the auto skipping, but look at that, the Packers have a 5-0 record, and now they're on a losing streak. I'll have to hopefully change that next game, but before we get to that, auto skip. Jacksonville beats Pittsburgh, and now we got the regular game. Our Jets and Colts game. Let's take a look at the standings for those two teams. Bottom of the division, both teams. Jets are 4-4, the Colts are 3-4. So this should probably be a pretty close game. Hopefully not too boring. Quite a crazy week I had this week. Bought a truck last Monday. Took it to the mechanic on Tuesday to get it checked out because I knew it was out of alignment. Stopped back Wednesday, found out the truck's going to need $900 worth of work before it's safe enough to drive on the road. It needs ball joints, tie rods, sway bars, was only hooked up on one side. I knew it was going to need some work though before I bought it. It looked like it was pretty beat up. It's kind of old, 79 Silverado. Almost as old as me. Now it's just the beginning of the week. The rest of the week ended up getting busy. I took a vacation day on Friday because we're getting kind of slow at work, and when we get slow at work we usually get stuck working in other departments, which nobody really likes. So I thought, well, if we're getting slow at work, I might as well take a vacation day. Plus my ex-girlfriend drove all the way up from Nashville, Tennessee to visit family. So that would be a good chance to spend some time hanging out with her. So I played some miniature golf, and then we went and got some pizza. She was actually my first girlfriend from 12 years ago, or 12 years ago, something like that. Quite a while ago. I guess it was 11 going on 12. did terrible at miniature golf. Colts with the first touchdown. Kind of nice having a 3-day weekend though. Feels like Sunday and it's only Saturday. October coming up, it should be getting busy at work again because it gets real busy at the beginning of each month. Ooh. One of the defensemen scored. It's crazy at work how at the beginning of the month it gets so busy. We'll be working overtime. You know, like the first 2 weeks get pretty busy, and the last 2 weeks of every month gets so slow they got us working in other departments, and sometimes we get layoff days. I haven't had too many layoff days, maybe once every month or two. And not only do they have us working overtime in the busy weeks, but they also got like 100 temps working too, temporary workers for the temp agency. And it's weird. Now the last 2 weeks they don't have any of the temps working, and even the full-timers are moved to different departments. Some of them get layoff days, so it just really goes up and down. But I enjoy the job though. Got great bosses. Pays great. Yeah, beginning of the season, I was telling them pretty much the history of all these teams, like their records and everything. Ever since I busted my computer screen a week ago, I can't really look at my computer while the game's playing. Now the only I have to hook my computer up to my TV. I guess I could go ahead and show the standings, previous seasons, before the games. But the Colts and the Jets were never the very good team, so maybe when we get to the playoffs to show all the history of the playoff teams, previous seasons, and all that good stuff. Jets finally put some points up there. I actually plan on making plans for a new video I'm going to do. Another Super Mario related video. This one is going to be final bosses, or final stages actually. But the tricky part is I can't beat the first game, so all I'm going to do is beat Bowser in World 1-4 in there. And in Super Mario Bros. 2, the Japanese version, it's going to be the same thing. And I don't... That game's even harder than the first one, so I don't know how hard it's going to be even getting to Bowser in 1-4. But then I'm going to show the final stage of Super Mario Bros. 2, the final stage of Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and the final level against Bowser in Super Mario 64. Luckily I have all these games on the Wii where I could pause it any part in the game. So I've already started working on those games, trying to get to the point, trying to get to the final stage. And Super Mario Bros. 2, I did first. I was really failing terribly at both Mario games. I've never seen so much cheating in those games as I have over the last few days, and it's like the one time that I don't record it is when we see all that. But I think everyone who's played the old NES games has seen cheating where something happened it shouldn't have. One example is I was playing as Peach in World 5-1, you know, where you got those trouters jumping up, shooting up, and you gotta jump across their heads to get to the other side. Well, I was using Peach for a change, and I was hovering right above where the trouter comes up so I can land on its head. It came up from the bottom. I should have landed on its head, but it killed me. That did not make any sense. That should not have happened. You're not supposed to die when a trouter hits you from the bottom. You're supposed to just land on its head and float. So that's the whole purpose of them trouters, is jumping on their heads to get to the other side. And then I could not pass that stage using Princess. Jets tied up. Well, they will tie it up after this extra point. But anyways, usually people use Princess for that stage because she's got the ability to hover, and so you don't have to jump on the trouter's head. You can kind of hover over them, land on their heads easier. But I was failing so bad at that. I ended up losing all my lives to the point where it asked me if I wanted to continue. That's the first time I've ever done that bad in over 20 years. So the second time I played, I went and used Toad because I'm so used to using Toad on that stage, and I was able to make it all the way across, no problems. And then in Super Mario Bros. 2, they only give you 2 lives at the beginning of the game, and when you continue, they also only give you 2 lives, so they don't really give you much. I mean, they could start out with like 5. So then, Super Mario Bros. 3, same thing. And I think I'm actually going to go over it in the Super Mario videos. But the big fish in the water, World 3, I think it's 3-3 where you got the land moving up and down. You got that giant fish that comes up. Okay, now if he's got his mouth open, he'll swallow you whole. But if he hits you without swallowing you, it counts as like one hit. So if you got firepower, it just take your firepower away. Anyways, I shot him with a fireball as he was making contact with me. It killed the fish and me simultaneously. That should not have killed me since he didn't swallow me. It should have just counted as a hit. Actually, it shouldn't have even counted as a hit because I killed him with a fireball before he hit me. But anyway, Super Mario Bros. 3, I played up to World 3, then I used the warp whistles to World 7, or World 8. And I was failing at that, and I really didn't have many items. Like, I need P-Wings, the raccoon suits, and the Leafs. I really didn't have much to work with, so I decided to start over and play my way up from the bottom to the top. Colts regain the lead. So anyways, I'm currently at the end of... just finished World 4 yesterday, so when I continue playing today, I'll be at World 5, and hopefully get to the end sometime today. And in Super Mario World, I don't have to worry about doing anything, because I can just play a file that's already open. Same with Super Mario 64, those games, they've got files you could save your progress in. So I can just go back and play the final boss stage. So, once I'm done doing my sport games today, like I did my hockey game last game, got this football game, I got another football game, I'll go back to Super Mario Bros. 2, or 3, play up to World 8, and get all the way up to the final stage, and I'll just freeze it there. Meanwhile, back in Indianapolis, we got 12 seconds left on the clock. I think it'd be fun to travel around and see all these cities. Run out of time. No? I must have used a timeout, I didn't hear anything though. Last chance before halftime. And you do a running play. That was real genius. And there's a halftime. So the yards are pretty close. First downs, everything's pretty close here. So, Colts start out 14-0 lead. Jets tied it up, but the Colts regained the lead. So, actually, it's a pretty close game. Not too bad. It's better than seeing 0-0. That would have been a real boring game. After our next game, in the next video where I do the Packer game, we're also going to be finishing Week 9, and since that's going to be about midway through the season, pretty much all the teams will have 8 games played because of their bye week. I'll go ahead and show the player statistics, the league leaders. And we'll see who's leading the league and all their positions at the midway point. caretaker's number is 0. Why do they even have that number? When I played baseball in the Little League, I had number 00. That's one of the most embarrassing numbers I have, because I don't know why, but it just is. It's like you don't see the number too often. I think the reason I had 00s is because I was the smallest player on the team. It was the smallest jersey they had. I think there was one baseball player that had either 0 or 00. I'm thinking it might have been Harold Reynolds, but I'm not 100% positive. I'd check on the computer if my screen worked right now, but I could just go to like Yahoo Images, type in Harold Reynolds, and show pictures of him in his baseball uniform. And the Jets are close to tying it up. The last game we saw went to overtime. Chargers and Seahawks. Seahawks kicked a field goal in overtime to win it.
Touchdown!
Yeah, this is really getting tiresome, the weather. It's been clear every single game. I'd like to see something different, like rain or snow. I think the Colts might play in a dome stadium, I'm not sure. Next game we're going to see is in Detroit. I think the Lions might play in a dome stadium. So, any team that plays in a dome stadium, you're going to see clear weather in this game. The game after that is at the Minnesota Vikings, and I know they play in a dome stadium. So, you know, it's nice to kind of change up the scenery every now and then. So far, Mother Nature has an 0-8 record as far as giving us some weather in this game. Actually 0-9 counting this game. Colts take the lead again. I think I mentioned in the last football video I was going to show my computer screen and I forgot to, so I'll go ahead and show it in this one. I did show it before in a previous video, but it looks even different now because look, now it's got kind of like lightning effect. It's like got these black lines of purple around it. Looks kind of cool. was going to try taking my screen out of my old computer, laptop computer, and put it in this new one. But I took the old one apart, started taking the old one apart, and there's so many wires, and it looks like aluminum foil. It's like brain surgery, so. My dad has a friend that works on computers. I could either take to him, have him switch the screen, or I'm thinking maybe I'll just buy a new computer. The one I got right now is a Hewlett Packard, and I've never been happy with it ever since the first day I bought it, like a few months ago, so probably end up getting a different computer. First I want to get a flash drive and transfer all the information onto a flash drive, like anything I want to keep. Pretty much all these football records that I'm keeping on for these videos here, I'm going to want to transfer those. Actually thinking about going canoeing once more before wintertime, but I don't know if we're going to have any days where it's going to be warm enough to canoe. I mean, yesterday would have been a pretty good day. It was like 85 degrees. Currently 66 degrees right now. High is 79. According to the weather on my phone, it says it's supposed to give us 64 degrees for a high on Friday with rain. So I really don't see next weekend, Saturday, being warm enough to go canoeing. I don't think it's going to jump like 30 degrees in one day. So it looks like the Colts are going to end up winning this game. The Jets failed to tie it up. And the Colts are right down there. That's a design flaw they made. Sometimes they cut off the guy talking. Well, I guess it's the ref. And they double the lead. I guess actually they didn't double. They're up by 2 touchdowns now instead of 1. That's what I meant. So if you're looking at it that way, they doubled the lead, but if you're looking at it by score 35 to 21, then that's not double. guess technically they doubled the lead, but they don't have double the score. Jets put up a pretty good fight, though. They tied it up a couple times, and everybody's wide open. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is another Super Mario video. Super Mario Brothers 3, but I'm going to do it in parts, like each world. Part 1 will be World 1, Part 2 will be World 2. Just because I don't have any Mario videos and record it with my HD camera. If the Jets could score a quick touchdown here and recover an onside kick, they could tie this game up, but it's kind of a long shot. Screen passes aren't going to work. It's going to kill too much time on the clock. You got to go for the end zone. Their receiver should be fired. His grandma could have made that catch. Yep. It's not going to happen now. They're just killing too much of the clock. Shows why they're in last place. Now, they'd have to get an onside kick. It'd only give them time, even if they recovered it, it'd only give them time to do one deep bomb to the end zone, and you know, they'd fail. They'd never do it. They'd probably do a running play or a screen pass, which wouldn't give them anything. I mean, it'd be amazing to see, but I just know this game too well. They do such stupid things. And the Colts recover the onside kick. Game over. Two seconds left. Now, if the Jets could recover a fumble here and run it back 60-some yards and kind of cool, but last game. Colts win. Take a look at the rushing yards. 130 to 99. Colts lead. Jets led in passing yards. 222 to 163. Jets overall led in yards, 321 to 293. Jets had 12 first downs compared to 11 for the Colts. Colts outsacked them 4-1. No interceptions, no fumbles. Jets possessed the ball longer than the Colts. And 42 to 918. But the Colts won it 35-28. Let's look at our player stats. Boomer Esiason had 54%, better than Erickson with 50%. So it looks like the Jets almost outplayed the Colts, except for in the running game. Marshall Faulk had 117 yards, but he also had 17 attempts, so quite a few attempts. Look at our schedule coming up. Okay, we'll skip through those games right there. Cleveland beat Cincinnati. Dallas gets beat by the Falcons. Rams blow out the Eagles. And the next game we are going to be seeing, I'll be playing as Green Bay Packers against the computers, the Detroit Lions, and go ahead and show my computer screen here. Kind of looks like lightning. There's where the NES controller made contact with the computer screen. You got all these cool black lines going through the computer with purple around them. So, that's what happens when you get mad at playing a game on a computer and you throw your NES controller at it. Kind of ruined my day, but oh well. Terrible computer anyway. So, hope you enjoyed the game. I'll see you in the next video. Green Bay at Detroit.